through my veins. On the pitch where the glory remains, the cockerel stands brave on the crest. North London pride, this ain't no jest. From lane to the new shining ground, echo chants where the legends are found. Heroes carved in the heart of time, we march on through grit and grime. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Echoes of King and Greaves in the air. Every goal, the sound declares. Heartbeats pound like a drummer's song, marching forward, fierce and strong. We're the ones who rise in the clash. Numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in the roaring crowd. Every game we scream it loud. Oh, Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. We're the ones who rise in the clash. Numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in the roaring crowd. Every game we scream it loud. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire.
Hello and welcome. Sorry about that. And welcome to THFC Till I Die. I've just lost something and I can't find it.
You've lost the plot there, mate.
I have lost the plot. Yeah, I am. I'll be back in a minute. Give me a minute. I'm just going deep down into the south. I don't know where I'll be. Hang on.
How's everyone doing?
I'm trying to get something here. I said I'm trying to find Richarlison. Has anyone seen Richarlison?
I haven't seen Richarlison in 2 years. 3 years, probably.
Hang on. I'm trying to fix my... This is just so frustrating. This is actually. Hang on. Would you just go in? Do me a favor. Why aren't you going in? Hang on. Oh, there we go. Right. Okay. Sorry about that. Sorry. I'm having a bit of a malfunction letdown there. Big up, guys. Yes, Tottenham Hotspur are out of the League Cup, and I do want to say big up to you, Geordie. Big up. No, well deserved, man. Well deserved. Better team won in the night. Absolutely. Took your chances. It wasn't the greatest game in the world, but if you're a neutral, I think it would have been a good game to watch. But no, I have to say credit to Geordie Tequila.
From what I've seen of the game, I couldn't watch it all live. They deserved it, mate. We were okay, but you guys, they were better. So
yeah, they were better. I have to agree with that. So I'm trying to do something and it ain't working. It's like trying to put. It's like the Krypton factor. If anyone remembers that back in the day. look,
Mhm.
I put down tonight's defeat, right? Big up to Geordie as well. He says, great win, mate. Yeah, it was a good win. It was a good win for you. You deserved it. And look, I hope you go on to win it now. I really do. I hope Newcastle go on and win it, Tequila.
No,
I,
no.
I
With all
do.
due respect, Geordie, I don't. I want another team to win because you guys won it last year. So I like seeing multiple teams. If it can't be
So
Spurs, I like to see being different teams.
so who look, Palace did well tonight, 3-0 win at Liverpool.
Palace won the FA Cup there last year, so you see what I mean. I like new. So I'm not sure. I don't want it to be any of the old guard. I don't want
Brentford?
it to... Yeah, there you go, Brentford.
There you go.
Yeah.
Brentford. There we go. Look, I called it tonight, right? When you look, this was the lineup, Tequila, right? Let's go through the lineup. I think you would have joined me. You were too busy trying to keep me alive in Dungeons and Dragons, I think.
We did keep you alive. You are still alive, damn it. Hold on.
Why am I still alive?
No, ask the DM. You know what it's like.
Am I going to have my Bobby Ewan moment? I'm going to come out the shed. You're right, lads.
Well, whilst you're still alive, you never know what can happen.
Well,
That's all I'll say.
look, this was the team he went with, Tequila, right? So he went with Kingsley in goal, a back four of Jed Spence, Porro, Danso, and Palunia, a midfield tree of Bentancur as the number 6, Bergville and Papasar, and then a front tree of Brennan Johnson with let me rephrase that. Sorry, the front tree of the Invisible Man, Monu Markle, and who is the other winger? Who was the other winger? Who am I missing? Shabby. Now, Newcastle were on it from the first minute. Absolutely first minute. You look at that lineup. Does that inspire you to a Tottenham win tonight when you hear that lineup?
I asked you, right, because obviously, like I said, I came in late, right?
Yeah.
So I haven't seen much of the game.
Yeah.
So I came in late, and I asked you, why is Paulinho? Is that Paulinho as a centre back? And I thought, no, that can't be right. And then I looked at the rest of the squad you posted. It's like, well, he must be. That's why I asked you. With all due respect to Paulinho, he ain't a centre back. I don't get it.
Well,
I don't, Dermot. I don't get it. Like
I get it. I get it.
I don't.
No, I get it. You don't get it. That's what I meant. I get it. I understand. I looked at it thinking, really? And I'm thinking, well, we've got, look, these are the players we have out at the moment injured, right? And it's given to me tonight. And I could look, Archie Gray's now out injured today. That's come out today. So Archie Gray's now injured for the next 8 weeks or so. We've got Ben Davis out. We've got Romero out. So you look at that. We've got 4 centre backs out.
Okay, so I forgot about. I mean, I don't remember Ben Davis much full stop. But I actually did forget that he was injured because I would have said, well, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I suppose then, I guess there is no choice then. Like, if Romero's out and Ben Davis is out, I'm assuming Ben Davis probably would have gotten the nod had he been fit. Not that I'm saying that's amazing, by the way, but I'm just saying that probably is what would have happened. I guess we had no choice then. I guess it shows the fact Dragison's injured. I guess then we've just been unlucky that we've had a bunch of centre backs all being injured at the same time. Then I suppose.
What's your reaction? Look, I'm not happy with Vicario. We had this debate yesterday, didn't we? With Colin over. Remember, we had it yesterday about Vicario and Kingsley about giving Kingsley the start tonight, and I was a bit unsure about it because of his regression within training and his lack of confidence. And I understand you and Colum's point of view that you have to give him time, you have to give him game time. I get that, but he was not comfortable tonight. Full stop for the whole game. I can't believe you got Ross and Martin. I've just seen that. Okay.
Took you a while. Yeah. Next manager.
Next manager. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, he came out for the second goal. I mean, you got that German, right? Waltman, right? 6'7" he is, or 6'6". He's a giant of a man. And Kingsley come out and tries to punch the ball away from him, and he misses him completely. Do you understand? I understand why he picked Kingsley.
No, I don't.
Are you sort of agreeing with me now? We should have stopped with Vicario tonight.
Yeah, I don't think we should have taken. I don't look. Goalkeeper is people know it's a unique position.
Yeah.
Goalkeepers do not get tired, right? They don't do the running that the outfield players do, right? So my point is that they don't get tired as much as the other players. You're not telling me that he needed to rest Vicario. He didn't. He didn't need to rest Vicario. I'm not saying you don't need a backup. Of course you need a backup for injuries and stuff like that. But there's certain games, Dermo, where I think you play Kinski. You don't play him away to Newcastle in a cup.
No.
I'm sorry, you don't. Not if you want. Not if you're taking that cup seriously, right?
Yeah.
With all due respect, you might play him against, I'm trying to remember who we beat last round, teams like that, right? Or you might play him against lower league opposition, right? Maybe then I get it. You don't play him against Newcastle at St James's Park, don't you?
Well, see, Newcastle did the same thing. They played Ramsdale, the second keeper,
but Ramsdale, you got to admit, Ramsdale is of. I know people kind of have a laugh, but he's a lot more proven than Kinski.
Yes,
he's a drop off a little bit. I understand what you mean, though. But.
Yeah, we've got big up Picasso says cannot stand cowardly, useless players like Bentoncourt.
Okay.
Like Bentoncourt doesn't make a single positive move with the ball, and he ever does his pass backwards. I get it. I thought he played well tonight in his defensive role, to be fair. I thought a few players tonight, I said it during the watch long, that can actually, I thought Pailunia did well tonight.
Demo isn't in response to try to pronounce your name, KS Radar. Sorry, mate.
Yeah.
Chaos Razdar. Sorry, I can't pronounce it. Isn't that Bentecourt's game though? He's not. Is Bentecourt ever been a kind of attacking midfielder? He's not. He's not an attacking midfielder. He's a. You know, he reminds me of a little bit of Michael Carrick. He's not a good at pass with Michael Carrick, but he's that kind of player. He's not a creative.
Shout, actually,
he's not a creative force, really. He's a tidy player who generally keeps the ball moving. But never once did I think he's his creative fulcrum, playing all these great passes, creating chances. Has he ever done that? Has he ever? Really?
No.
I don't think so.
I don't think he has. I'm really pissed off. My biggest rant will be for Johnson and Richarlison, which we will go there in a minute, Tequila. He also says on both goals, Stanso could have headed the ball clear. Yeah, but it doesn't take the risk. He heads cautiously because of his previous head injury. I think that's fair, but also for the first goal, I think we're so indisciplined. The ball went out, Tequila, right? And then you had Jed Spence in between the corner flag and the defensive area, tying his boot. And Tottenham just weren't thinking at all. When it came to, they weren't organised, they weren't prepared for the corner. And when they prepared for the corner, when the corner came in, it was like, oh fuck, what's happening? And then they got the number 5 free header in the back of the net. It was just Tottenham. I think what done them tonight was indiscipline. I think that was it. And then Richie and Johnson, please. Richie offered fuck all tonight. He had enough. Any decent striker tonight, right? Tequila would have bagged the hat trick tonight. We created enough chances to win that game, and Brennan Johnson and Richarlison did nothing. I mean, Spurs side chat says here, I don't want to see Richie play for this club.
Yeah, I felt that way 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I understand totally. The only thing is, though, we seem to be just talking about the Johnson and Richarlison. Everyone knows they're rubbish, so we can't continue to be. You can continue to be angry by all means, but it's just like you're beating a dead horse kind of thing, don't we? It's like, we're stuck with them. I don't think Johnson's going to get sold anyway. I think it's Richie maybe, but I don't think we're anywhere near from selling Johnson. I don't think so. I think the hierarchy probably think, well, Johnson's still got all this potential. We don't see it, but I think the club probably feels that way. Richie, I think it's a bit different. Richie's been here longer. Richie's older. I think time is up for Richie. I think that's an obvious one. We might not be sold in January though, Dermo, because we haven't got unless we bring someone in and we get.
I know, and that's the thing, and this is where I don't look. Tonight upsets me because this was a chance to get to a final. You win tonight, you're 3 games away from Wembley. You might get a kind draw. You might get an easy second round, quarter-final. Then you may get an easy semi-final, and then you're at Wembley, and then it's 50-50, however you go. But they're showing the highlights here, right? 12 seconds, right? They're showing it now. I don't know if you've seen it. So with 30 seconds in, they're still preparing for the corner. 40 seconds.
I'd look on YouTube before we started the show so I could see the highlights, but I didn't. They weren't up yet. Are they up now? Then
And 46 seconds, and the ball comes in,
Okay.
and Tottenham players are standing around like what's happening? What happened here? Do you know? To me, this it was so in. But then you had Johnson going up there banging the ball to the referee. We play to the ball. You play to the ball. You got Richie standing like moaning Markle, completely complaining. Jet Spencer still tying his laces. We were just so indisciplined, and that was the problem. We were indisciplined tonight. There was no confidence within the goalkeeper. So the defense had no confidence in Kingsley. Kingsley had no confidence in the defense in front of him, and there was no communication. There was one ball that it went out for the corner that it should have been really keeper's ball because there was no conversation between Kingsley and Danso. They got in each other's way, and it came off Danso for the corner. So you begin to think, hang on a minute here. There was no leadership as well on that pitch tonight, Tequila. No leadership. Mickey was on the bench. I understand we've got Chelsea coming up on Saturday, but I'm really starting thinking now, and I defended, I said on We Are Tottenham TV, when we talked about the lineup, I said I was worried. I'd said that on We Are Tottenham TV, I'm worried about this lineup. I'm worried because in the back of my head, I said, where's the leaders in this team? Where's the leadership? Porro's not a captain. I would have made Paluni a captain tonight. At least he would have been a little bit more demanded. But we have shown again and again, Tequila, the squad is not good enough. That when we lose our top players, that the players that come in and try to do their jobs are not good enough. And I'm more annoyed that it's a wasted chance to get to a final, Tequila. It's a wasted opportunity. It's just so frustrating that the players played well tonight. I can't fault, as I said, I can't fault Palunia. I really can't fault Danso. I can't fault Xavi played brilliant tonight. Xavi tried, he worked his heart out. Didn't always come off for him, but he worked his heart out. He worked his socks off. Bergville played well tonight. I think Porro was hit and miss, right? But did his bit. Papasar worked his heart off in midfield. Bentancur did brilliantly in the sixth role. When you're let down by certain individuals that cannot be bothered to do their job, and Thomas Frank, what's he supposed to do? What is he supposed to do? I get these people tonight. I know you're joking with Ross and Martin, and I know for anyone gets it is a joke by Tequila is joking. But you're going to have people on X tonight saying Frank out. I'm sorry. What did they expect? We've got all these players out injured, Tequila. We've got all these players out injured, and we're playing. We're on the pitch, and we're handicapped without a striker and a winger because they won't do anything. How are we supposed to win football matches?
I think also you've got to give
Sorry.
I'm not saying that you didn't give them credit. You did when Geordie came in earlier on. But you need to give Newcastle credit as well because they're no mugs. They won it last. They won it last year, so they're defending their title, their trophy. They're no mugs. We have a terrible record up there. We always have. I'm not saying that we can't. We've never won up there, but in recent years, it's been a disaster. And tonight wasn't as big a disaster as it has in the past. Doesn't mean I'm happy. Far from it. But I never really expected us to win. So I don't know if people are going to say that this is the reason why they want Frank out. Then I got to question what their expectations are. Really, like if they somehow thought that what we were just going to rock up to Newcastle and blow them away. And you're right, we do have injuries. Yeah, you put the list on the bottom of the screen, and there's some big players there. But this should not be a catalyst for saying Thomas Frank out. Yes, I'm mucking around. Of course, I'm mucking around with Russell Martin, because I find it incredibly amusing. I wish it was still there, because it's so funny. But
you know what? That's really cheered me up, Tequila. I do you know what I mean? It would have. You've brought the balance into this.
Dermot didn't know I was going to do this. Right before I came on, I was looking for. I rushed and got an image of Frank and put it into StreamYard and everything. Not Frank, Martin, just to do it. So my point is this: it's like, yes, we should all be upset. I wanted to win the cup as well. Yes, this is our best chance for a cup this year, but we got quite a hard draw, guys.
Yeah.
We did. Every year we would draw Newcastle away is a very difficult tie. So be upset, yes, but Frank's hands are tied. People in the chat have been saying it, so have you, Dermo. His hands are tied. He's got no striker. His striker options are absolute dog shite. And unfortunately for us, we seem to have had a bunch of centre backs out. So we can't even play our centre backs now. So we've got no striker because they're rubbish. We can't play our centre backs. Just look at the injury list. Now, granted, people said about the injuries last year and that it wasn't an excuse. There is a big difference, Dermo, though, between finishing 17th and what we saw at the end of last year and losing to Newcastle. It's different. So let's not make those comparisons because I think people will start making them.
Yeah, look, I feel sorry for Thomas Frank. I rarely do because I feel, look, we may have got certain players in the window, Tequila, but I don't think he was fully back properly. I really don't.
No. Well, also there's too much work to do in one window.
In one window anyway.
Yeah.
I think what's got me is just the frustration of losing another chance to win. You win tonight, you're 3 games at Wembley. Am I upset with the performance? I think some players played very well tonight. Xavi worked his ass off on and off the pitch. Somebody said in one of the group chats, I totally agree. He never went hiding. He never hid tonight. He was out there, good, bad, the ugly. And that shows a lot about me, about his character, about when the chips are down, you can depend on him. I think Papa Sarr as well ran his socks off tonight. Kudos did more in the 20-minute that he was on than Johnson did for the whole hour and a bit he was on the pitch. Johnson tonight, Tequila, he was woeful. He was downright awful. He should never. I said it in the watch long. They need to be told by Thomas Frank, him and Richie, make your own way back to Tottenham. And when you get there, pack your boots, pack your bag, pack your kit. You're going to play the reserves for the rest of the season. Because the performance they pull on the shirt, I always say, my thing, you know this as well, you've been working with me a long while, that my main thing of if we lose, I don't care if we go down fighting, as long as they put effort in. Johnson and Richarlison did put effort in. He's not a striker. I mean, there was one chance Brennan Johnson put across the 6-yard area, Tequila. I tell you, an Eskimo, Father Christmas. I don't know, the devil himself when he comes out of Halloween tomorrow. I don't know, Freddy out of Nightmare on Elm Street. Could have put that in the back of the Newcastle net. He totally missed it. Absolutely. Didn't even make the right run. So the Lewis family, if they're watching, there's a lot of Tottenham fans tonight be asking, do you know what? They need to get it right in January. Do you need to get it right next summer? The referee, he was shit as well, by the way. But you can't keep blaming the referee all the time. You have to call out the players, Tequila, that are bad. And Johnson and Richarlison are shy. I know you've been banging on about it, but
not just me. I think we all know about. But the problem is that we're stuck with them.
Yeah,
nothing you can do. What do you want? What do you want Frank to do? Demo to say, okay, Johnson and Richarlison, you're never playing again. Okay, who are you bringing in? Who's going to play instead of them? I mean,
I would have played Solanke. Look, tonight,
yeah, Solanke's not fit though, is he? Solanke's
not
fit.
Solanke. Sorry, not Solanke. Scarlett.
Scarlett.
I'm Scarlett's biggest fan. Well, you
think so? Is he any better than Richie though? Is he?
I think he would have done better tonight than Richie. I think he's better than Richie. I think Troy Parrott's better than Richie.
I might agree with you with Parrott, but I don't know about Scarlett.
I think Scarlett tonight, he gets 2 goals tonight. I seriously, Tequila, you watch the highlights, or you can watch the match a bit good, man. Do, because Richarlison missed so many chances tonight. It was unreal. Any striker worth their salt would have scored a hat-trick tonight.
Yeah, but Frank can't. Okay, so Frank can't do anything. He can't because he's stuck with him. Whether we like it or not, he's stuck with him because so like he's injured, right? Still, we don't know how this mysterious injury. Who knows when he's going to be back, right? I'm not gonna. So, and we haven't got any options. So he can't freeze Richarlison out. He can't. He might secretly just like be thinking the same thing we are, like, oh my god. But what does he do? Who does he play up there? Scarlett.
Well, I tell you who played well tonight. Colo did well when he came on. He put himself about a bit, to be fair. So I would start him on Saturday.
Maybe.
I don't know. Let's go through some of the chat, Michaela, because some of these plays and this. Look, I as much as I want us to beat Chelsea on Saturday night, I don't think we've got a hope and fucking hell of beating them. But they were dismal tonight as well. They nearly lost to Wolves, by the way, which is quite funny. Newcastle were not amazing. We lost because of dreadful errors. Yeah, and then errors and indiscipline for me. I meant, what the F was Spence doing with his laces? He did not. He need to get a kid to come and tie it for him. What the F did everyone switch off? I know they did. They got confused. They didn't hear the referee blow the whistle, and then they're all standing there like, lovely stadium, this, isn't it? Oh, look at that bit of a light up there, guys. Oh shit, they've scored. What happened? Let's go and mount to the referee and say it was his fault. Fucking gobshites. What are you giggling for?
Just laughing. I'm laughing at all of you.
You like Saki me, don't you?
I like Saki Dermo, and Cole's being sarcastic in the chat as well. So it's like, yeah, I like sarcasm. What can I say?
Big up to Solo. Big up to you, man. He says, hey, buddy, big up to you, Solo. I hope you're doing well, bud. Big up to you, Tim Man 007. Big up to you, Tim Man. Prefer to play a real pigeon than the worst Brazilian I've ever seen. I totally agree with you. I want Vatovic back in January, 100%. So do I, actually. My dead nan is better finisher than Richie. Jesus. It is Halloween. Do you think we could do some spells?
We'll reanimate some great strikers from yesteryear and ask them to play for Spurs.
Solanke, Romero, and your doggy back at the weekend, and Dragson after the international back. Yeah, and
Solanke can't come back soon enough. That's all I'll say. And he's not a world beater, but I mean, as you can see, there's levels.
Yeah. Where's Colin? I thought Colin put a Saki comment in.
Cole? No com. I see.
Well, look, guys, that is it. I've had enough of Tottenham tonight, to be fair. I want to go off and spend some time with Mrs. Tron. Look, we are out. Look, we're back on tomorrow at 1. Me and Dave are back on with the Irish Lads Talk Spurs. I don't know if there's be a stream tomorrow night. I don't know if there is or not. I think there should be. Because I don't know. There may be one.
Wait and see if there's a massive meltdown tomorrow over this result.
There won't be from us. There won't be a meltdown
from us. No, and I don't mean from us. I mean from the community in general. There shouldn't be. I don't think there should be. But
I think some players have to hold themselves to accountable. I really do. But yeah, join me and Dave at 1 tomorrow. Friday, of course, it's all the build up to the Chelsea game on Saturday with our pre-game thoughts. Now, what I'm going to do Friday, I'm going to show the people, members, Fantasy League on Friday. I haven't done it yet, but we're going to see where everyone is in the league, and then we're going to do it again on Sunday. Player rating show as well will be out Saturday lunchtime about 1 o'clock. So we're going to get that out for you guys as well. May put it out Saturday morning. I don't know yet. I'll work that out. And then we've got all the build up, of course, to Chelsea. And then we've got all the stuff afterwards as well. But guys, a disappointing evening. Tottenham are out the League Cup. Newcastle, better side one on the night, in my opinion. And thank you all for coming in. And thank you for keeping me company as well. It's very nice as well. Just a couple of more comments. Carl says, I've never seen so many chances from a Brazilian finisher hitting it straight to the keeper. I know. Don't start me. And I say keep the TF and get rid of those shitty moaning fans. Yeah, well, here, Carl, here we're going to get sensible talk here, especially from Russell Martin.
I can't do the Russell Martin impression. I'll have to work on it.
Just to give you a bit of breaking news, guys, there is news going around that Ant Postecoglou is favourite to get the Celtic job again.
Then why did they bother putting O'Neill? Why did they bother putting O'Neill in charge then?
Yeah.
Well, just for a day, for a week.
Cancelled all my subscriptions on Spurs channels. We're the only one he's kept. tequila. What does that say about us?
Well, I'd say that's a good. If you're going to keep one, it should be this one. I agree with you there, Carl.
You get me, who's a bit emotional and a little bit unpredictable. You get Colin, who's the sensible one. James, who's like big meeks out of if you look at the rest of this football, right? Tequila's a bit like Gary Lineker.
Oh wow.
Okay. I'm a bit like Alan Shearer with hair. And
Gary Lineker.
Big James is like big meeks. So there you go.
Well, Michael Richards is Big James.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And then Carl says, Angie's like an ex-girlfriend who dumped you, but won't F off.
Thank you, Carl.
On that bombshell. Listen, guys, we'll be back tomorrow at 1. Join us for me and Dave. But I just like to talk Spurs. We are going to talk about Newcastle game. I'm sure me and Dave will go into depth in that. Talk about Celtic stuff as well. Talking about the Irish ladies that have qualified for Group A of the Nations League. So the girls in green are doing better than the boys in green. And also, we are back. We may do a show tomorrow night. I'll talk to Tequila tomorrow, see if he fancy joining me and talking something about Spurs. Maybe he might do a Ross and Martin impersonation before then. But guys, thanks for watching. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. We'll all be disappointed. But come on, we can't be down for long. We've got Chelsea on Saturday. Let's beat them Blues and keep North London white. We don't want West London Blues on our turf. And yeah, come on, you Spurs. In Thomas Frank we trust. We never stop. Keeler, do you want to take us out?
10K an hour, mate. 10K an hour. Just a hand, mate.
Goodbye.
Eyes on the prize.